Hey guys, it's Jag. Welcome back to the arcade. Let's get back to just another game, Batman Arkham Asylum. And I'm going to apologize in advance for this video because it's basically going to be at least 10 minutes of me walking around like this. And I apologize for that. And I don't really expect this to be super entertaining for you guys. It's not going to be entertaining for me. I hate this part of the game. It's simultaneously kind of a cool environment, but a really irritating mechanic. You have to walk around really slowly on these platforms. And if you see the little meter under... let me describe the UI real quick. Under my health meter, you see a vial, you see a meter marker, and you see something that looks like a heartbeat monitor or vibrations. The vibration monitor tells me exactly how much noise I'm making on this water, and how likely Killer Croc is to attack. The meter marker tells me how close I am to finding my objective. And the test tube tells me exactly how long I'm going to be doing this, and you're going to see how long we're going to be expected to be doing this once you see how little of the test tube we actually fill up. But basically, if you walk around like this, you cannot run. If you cannot run, you cannot make real big vibrations in the water. And so, you're less likely to have Croc attack you, like that. Now, Croc does attack you at various points. This being one of them. And if you walk around with your batarang out, he's really easy to go ahead and take out because you'll auto lock onto him as soon as you see him. Batman throws the batarang, it hits his collar, and he takes the dive. You do want to kind of listen so that you know when he's going to attack and from what direction. But, the real danger is if he smashes these boards with you on them. You'll get knocked into the water and that's an instant death, and I'm getting further away from my objective. So, this is really how the next 10 minutes are going to be. You listen for Croc, you make as little noise as possible. And I wasn't expecting him to attack there, and that's instant game over.
I will enjoy feasting on your bones.
Oh, where did it set me? It's either on a timer that he attacks a number of seconds from his last attack. Okay, all the way back here. Or a certain point that you pass in the tunnels. And if you make more noise, he's more likely to attack. The timer gets shorter or something. I'm not really sure what the mechanic here is, other than you don't want to move very quickly on these platforms. And you just want to be ready for surprise attacks. It's not thoroughly explained very well at all. And this is actually not really a boss fight, it's more just a series of quick time events. Alright, gather our first sample of spores. And yeah.
These spores don't contain enough of the antivenom mold. I'm going to need to find more.
You have to fill this test tube all the way to the top. If you fall in the water, when you're running like that, you're screwed as well. Anytime you touch the water, it's instant death. So you're basically going to be crawling around like this all the time, waiting for Croc to attack, throw your batarang at him. And you can kind of get bullshit like that, where he's right there. And then when he tries to smash the platforms like this, you run, he always smashes them in patterns of 3. And we're at our next spore. Now, I'm going to address the elephant in the room, or the crocodile in the water. Those of you expecting me to do a bio for Killer Croc are probably going to be disappointed. There's not going to be one. When I go through and I make these bios, I take several things into consideration. Whether or not you actually fight the character is the big one. How important they were to the story of the animated series is another. And I think he's coming. He's coming from in front of me. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting him from the side. Okay, and you're going to smash. Are you going to smash? Or are you chasing me? You're chasing me. Wasn't expecting you to do that. Now will you smash? You're no smash? Smash. As I was saying, how important they are to the animated series is another factor. Killer Croc was neither. You're not actually really fighting him. Are you coming through the front? Yep, there you are. Goodbye. And he honestly wasn't that important to the animated series. He appeared in 6 episodes, but most of the time, he was a cameo appearance. He had 2 episodes that he starred in. Neither of them were very memorable or very interesting at pretty much at all. And if I couldn't make his bio interesting, then I wasn't really interested in doing one since you don't fight him. I did one for Bane, even though Bane appeared in only 1 episode, because Bane's episode was actually fairly interesting, and Bane himself is an interesting character. Killer Croc is an interesting character in the video game. He wasn't that interesting in the animated series. In the animated series, he was basically just a pro wrestler that had crocodile skin, and I'm not making that up. He didn't have the teeth and the claws and the ability to breathe underwater and everything that this Croc does. He was just a circus freak that became kind of a petty criminal, and I feel like he wasn't given that much of a presence in the animated series because the writers struggled to find something to make him interesting as well. He did have 1 major memorable episode that was based off of the comic strip, in which he went back to the circus, and he was deemed sane and basically hid among the circus freaks, lying to them and saying that he had reformed while he was still doing criminal stuff. And they protected him from Batman until they found out the truth. And then there's this nice heartwarming scene, well, heart-wrenching scene with a boy where the boy asks him why he did it. And Croc says he was just following his nature. So that's about the only episode I actually remembered him from. In his very first appearance in the animated series, he appeared in the episode Vendetta, in which he had a vendetta against Harvey Bullock for arresting him, and he frames Harvey for the release of some criminals. And eventually, you know, Batman clears his name, or clears Bullock's name, and that's the end of the plot. I mean, he was just kind of generic, except for that 1 episode with the circus freaks. And even that wasn't really memorable except for his friendship with the little boy. So I've basically told you everything that you would need to know had I done a bio. You just didn't get the slideshow or any of his attributes because he really didn't have any. I could tell you that he was voiced by Aaron Kincaid and appeared in 6 episodes, but 4 of those were basically cameos. Are you coming through that door? No, you're coming from behind me. Damn it. I reacted way too late and I locked onto our next objective instead, and that threw me off as well. Yeah. That was my fault. I was expecting him to come from a completely different reaction or direction and really slow to react. I'll take the blame on that one. Oh man, that means we start all the way back here. So, anyways, that is why there will be no bio on Killer Croc. This isn't a fight. And he didn't really have a strong enough presence in the animated series to justify making one. Now, I do think that he is a DLC boss much later in the, am I stuck? Okay. Well, I'm going the wrong way for one thing, so I don't want to go that way. Oof! I almost screwed up. I was almost stuck on Line Launcher. How am I gonna get through this? Like that. Alright. Where was this direction? It is actually cool how they use the echo effects in here to make it a little bit more difficult to pinpoint where he's coming from. I do appreciate that, even if it drives me nuts. And I do like the hunt down here, as far as hunting down the spores. I feel like this is a good mechanic of the game. I just feel it's drawn out way too long. And I would love to see a map to see exactly how deep you're being drawn into the sewers to do this. Because I feel like this is really deep. This way? This way. Also, there's my objective, and I've stopped walking around with my batarang out because I'm not following my own advice. I knew you were going to be behind me that time. I'm going to go ahead and knock that down. If you're worried about missing riddle trophies or riddles down here, don't. This is an area that you only come down here for these spores. And you only have to worry about Killer Croc. You will not miss anything in this area.
I need to get back to the Batcave and formulate the antidote.
Alright.
Oh, I get it. You've activated a sonar beacon down there. Clever.
Oh man, it's been
Oracle, I'm getting out of here.
15
What about
minutes.
Croc?
He won't be a problem.
Alright. I'm going to have to zoopy zoop over this. I'll go all the way down. He says dropping off at the pipe, but I think I was going to drop off anyway. Okay. So now Croc will just destroy platforms pretty much randomly as you pass over them. He cannot destroy these big floating platforms, these reinforced ones. He can only destroy the he can only destroy the normal planks. Where are you coming from? You are going to make these explode. I would appreciate you if you'd stop. I also think it's kind of amazing that a man that's, what, 500-700 pounds can run on these boards. These are some buoyant planks. No, you don't. You're not gonna get me with this. This is also... This is a glitch. Wow. I've never seen it do this. I got distracted by the literal shiny. Also, I'm going the wrong way. Can I make that jump? Nope. Batman won't even try. Alright, I'm gonna have the line launcher across. Carefully. Is this the right way? Yeah. This way. Maybe. As I was about to say, this is actually the more irritating part of this area. Because if you fail at this, you have to start completely over. From scratch. I don't need to run. Okay, this is the way it wants me to go. Oh. Shit. Oh! Also, I think that was Croc's arm coming out of the water to pull me into his loving embrace. But, yeah, if you fail at this part, you start back at 500 or 600 meters or whatever it was, and you have to do all of this over again. I have failed at this 3 times in a row, and it is very irritating. I don't know where you're coming from. There. And sometimes I failed at this just because Batman runs off in the water himself. Okay. No, not that way. This way. This is actually one of the runs through this where I've had to use the line launcher the most. I've almost never had to use the line launcher before. I wonder if that's an effect of doing this on hard mode. It could just be an effect of me being really, really bad at this somehow this time, but I feel like we are getting near the... Oh, cutscene.
You can't run from me.
Okay, Batman, don't run. Is that a checkpoint? Please let that be a checkpoint. Please let that be a checkpoint. Please. Please let that be a checkpoint. Okay, thank God. Now we got the Crash Bandicoot camera. Hope you remember how you got here. Should be mostly a straight run. Also, you can run off the edge and die, so don't do that. There's a nice shot of Batman right there. A nice close-up of that chiseled jawline. Here we go. And the finish line.
Your tomb.
Yeah, you don't actually have to trigger the explosive. That's automatic once you get to that point. And we're done. We're out. We never have to come back here again. Oh, man. That... Yes, I remember where the Batcave is. Thank you. That is truly, truly, truly an irritating part of the game. And look at that. It's taken like 20 minutes to do that. Granted, I died twice. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do down in the caves. But even so, that seems like an outrageous amount of time to be down there. I'm sure somebody will probably say, hey, you can do this a lot faster. But they're also probably going to be better at this game than I am. And this is the combo boost that I was thinking about. It allows special combo moves to be executed after achieving a combo score of X5 instead of X8, which makes it easier to pull off combos, assuming you get the buttons right. And I'm never sure I do that. I feel like when it says X plus square, you're supposed to hit those at the same time. But when I do that, it seems like it's a 50-50 shot whether Batman will execute the move or not. So I'm still unclear what the combo system is for. Alright. 6 hostiles detected, 1 armed, 5 unarmed. Let's go ahead and pull out the multi-batarang. Definitely want to gonna knock down the armed guy, and then we'll see.
Joker says the bat's got a storeroom or cave or something down here.
How does the Joker know what I've got
Joker
down
says
here?
He's getting his toys from somewhere. Makes sense, I guess.
Down here is getting good, so keep looking. The boss isn't happy, and I don't want to be the one that pisses him off.
Yeah, good point. He's here!
No, I'm not. Oh, I didn't know there was a knifey wifey. I would have knocked down the knifey wifey had I known. See, if you lose your combo multiplier, you lose the combo move. That's the other trick. I feel like I probably should be using gadgets a lot more to keep my combo up. But there is so much to pay attention to in hard mode, which I'm doing a really bad job at. Did I just get hit in the front of the head? Alright, you're the last one. Bye-bye. Yeah, I really need to do some combo practice at some point. It's a little bit late in the LP for that, I think, though.
I take it you felt that. The plants are going crazy. I'm getting seismic spikes in all locations. It's not good.
It's okay. I've got the mold samples. I'm heading to the Batcave to mix up the antidote.
Good. I tell you to hurry, but I'm sure you know what you're doing. Contact me in the cave if you need anything.
Yeah, Batman usually knows what he's doing. Oracle, thank you. Hey, we can get this now since we have the line launcher. As long as Batman doesn't kick himself off into the abyss, which has happened before, particularly in the caves, which is why I don't like going down there. Okay. Let's go make us some antidote.
And open.
We'll go in the back door. Hey, Nick. Guess where I'm at? I'm back at the Batcave. Ha 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 ha. Those of you who are not Nick will not get that unless you watched my last stream. Those of you who are Nick will get it.
Close. It's been more difficult than I expected. The process is slow, difficult, and doesn't produce much antidote.
And the good news?
The chemical will definitely stop Ivy. It may also reverse the Titan transformation. I need to run some more tests to be sure. I've set the computer to create more, but I need to get out of here and find Ivy.
Thank God. Her plans have reached the Gotham River.
You could have told me that a lot sooner, because the Batcave is right on the Gotham River.
Batman! Bruce, are you alright?
I'm fine.
The computer is not. Time to hack me together some more goodies. I don't know why I didn't do this before, but now we have this. The Ultra Bat Claw. Upgraded Bat Claw attachment. Fires up to 3 hooks at one time. Additional leverage allows structural weaknesses to be pulled down remotely. So all those weak walls that we used explosive gel for, we can now use the Bat Claw on. This is our final upgrade. We will not be getting any more goodies for the rest of the game, which means that assuming we have all the device upgrades from our experience points, like the distance boost for the cryptographic sequencer and the things like that, we will be able to get all of the collectible goodies in the game as soon as we take out Ivy. Ivy is now the major blockage here. And what am I looking for? I'm just kind of babbling here and I forgot exactly how I get out of the Batcave now. But yes, we will be doing a major sweep through the island to pick up all the goodies as soon as we take out Poison Ivy. Okay, where is it? There's a wall that we can break, and I don't know where it is, because I'm dumb. Obviously, it's something we used. There it is. Okay. So, it works like this. Pull out the Bat Claw. Fires 3 hooks. And Batman uses his amazing strength to rip away concrete. Which is... why is Batman not Superman? You know, just saying. But I think we're going to have to call it an episode here, guys. Next time, we're going to go make our way back up to the surface. We might do a little bit of treasure hunting, but we're probably going to go ahead and head out after Poison Ivy. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for coming out and joining me today. As always, I much appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed what you saw today, give me that little thumbs up down below. It always makes me feel good about an episode when I get it, and it does help the channel out. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw, click subscribe. I upload once or twice every weekday. And if you have any hints, tips, or tricks, or you just want to talk about that man right there, leave me a comment down below. As always, once again, thanks for coming out and watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Later.